Alright, here we are. I say that every episode. I don't know why. So what's up, people? What's up, fellas? We are at the second episode after SummerSlam, the halfway point until in your house. It's not in your house, just WWF Ground Zero. Last week, we had the fallout from SummerSlam, the direct fallout. Eddie Guerrero advanced in a European title fatal four-way match at Ground Zero. What else? Triple H and Ultimate Warrior have been having a feud. 1-2-3 Kid still on this losing streak. Mark Mero and Mike Barton debuts a official tag team. If you have to come up with a name, I'd love to hear suggestions. I'm recording ahead though, so you won't see it. If you suggest a name, you won't see it till, I don't know, down the line, because I'm like 8 pay-per-views ahead. At the moment, it is 11/28/2015. I'm expecting when this releases, it'll be sometime end of January. So if you got any suggestions for Mark Mero, Mike Barton, I'm not creative with names. So if you think of one, comment it, and I'll change it if I like it. The Rock and celebrating when Ken Shamrock ruins it. Brian Pillman on why he turned on Stone Cold. Bret Hart and Mankind starting a feud over Bret Hart insulting the fans. Mankind, who kind of considered himself one of the people, or one with the people, so he took defense of the fans, and then Shawn Michaels turns heel on Undertaker. A good old promo just explaining why he hit Undertaker and just explain his actions. It'd pretty much have to be the fans turning against him, that he was really sorry he hit Undertaker with a chair, but after hearing what the Undertaker said about him at the beginning of last week's Raw, he was so pissed off and he couldn't take it anymore, so he said F it. I'm going to change the picture. I thought I already did, so next time you see Shawn, be a different picture. Following that, we get Owen Hart advancing European title storyline. So far it's Eddie Guerrero versus Owen Hart versus question mark. And then after the match, we see 1-2-3 Kid has a temper tantrum after losing against Owen. I think this is important because in time now, in real life, August '97, 1-2-3 Kid was either a part of WCW or just got fired at WCW. I'm not sure, but he wasn't in WWF for like a year at that point. And I think he got a hard drugs habit. We got to change that, but this is going to lead to somewhere. As you see, obviously you guys can figure it out. But alright, here we get Billy Gunn, Jesse James New Age Outlaws versus the returning Savio Vega from injury, and Al Snow, and returning, maybe debuting in the series, Al Snow. I got to change that picture. But here, Billy Gunn defeats Savio Vega with the Gunslinger, and this is Al Snow. He's the underdog gimmick right now, and so it's wrong for him to have that picture. But this is going to be his transition into the Al Snow we all love, hence the title right there. Alright, following that, we get the last video hyping Val Venus' debut, who debuts tonight, and a match. Following that, we get Triple H cutting a promo on Ultimate Warrior, telling him to mind his own business. Ultimate Warrior squash victory over Headbanger Thrasher. Triple H attacks Ultimate Warrior. I was thinking about having Triple H attacks Warrior but fails, but it didn't really make sense, and Triple H needs some sort of heat starting this. So he attacks Warrior, beats him down a little bit. Following that, we get the debut of Val Venus, and he gets 92 cocky rating. Mike Barton, Mark Mero teaming, so it only makes sense for Sable to manage Mike Barton as well. Glad they're a good pairing. And the rating, it's debut. It's not meant to be great. It is what it is. Let's see in the dirt sheet what they have to say. So, okay, they're not really holding back slightly. They're just both not very over. But after the match, Val Venus is shown flirting with Mike Barton's manager, Sable. So, I think it's important you debut someone they're in a storyline almost immediately. I kind of have a tendency to forget that. WWE does that a lot. We're used to, now they're getting better at it. With Tyler Breeze debuting with Summer Rae, so forth. Alright, here we have a video of Legion of Doom is in the bar hanging out, drinking beer, celebrating success with as being tag champs. APA comes in and they end up brawling and destroying the whole bar. APA does the same thing with New Age Outlaws in real life. So I thought I'd mimic that here. And this is these two teams pretty much you split down the middle. They're the same except one team wears shoulder pads and face paint. Other team drinks at the bar, drinks beers, smokes cigars. Alright, following that, we get The Rock defending the Intercontinental Champion against Barry Windham. Yes, Barry Windham's still on my roster. Yes, he isn't going to be a focal point. But here, The Rock gets his first victory as champ. But it's a disqualification one. Ken Shamrock runs in and attacks The Rock, and The Rock runs out of the ring. And, Ken Shamrock chases The Rock out of the ring. So following that, Stone Cold calls out Brian Pillman. However, Pillman doesn't answer. Stone Cold challenges Pillman to a match. Stone Cold's getting ready to leave the ring when out of nowhere Brian Pillman runs in and attacks Stone Cold, cheap shotting him, leaving them in the ground, just beating him in, and telling that he accepts the challenge. And then in the main event, we have Bret Hart versus Eddie Guerrero. When Bret Hart rolled up Eddie, put his feet on the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Mankind was on commentary here. The announcers would be hyping Eddie Guerrero as he was going to be in the European Championship match at Ground Zero. And then after the match, we have heated confrontation between Mankind and Bret. Great show here. Everything mattered, which I think is awesome. For 16 segments, I had 16 segments filled of stuff that mattered. I think WCW is not going to beat me this week. Hoping for it. Right now, WWF 9, WCW 7. Son of a bitch. Man, this is tough. Okay, that's just unfair. Hulk Hogan defeats Sting in the main event. Vader defeats Arn Anderson, 84 rating. Flair and Hogan, 99 rating. See, that final 3 gets me every time. But look at these first 3. It's poop. So it's WWF 9, WCW 8, and they had their pay-per-view Sunday. So let's check it out. Actually, first, let's see what I had. History. SummerSlam. 93 rating. Just remember that. I don't think WCW is going to beat a 93 rating. And they get an 82 rating. So it's WWF 10, WCW 8. That's including pay-per-view. Giant and Scott Hall defeat Luger and Sting in the main event. But that's after Hogan defeats Kevin Nash, who just turned face. DDP versus Dean Malenko. That's an interesting match. That's all I'm really going to mention. So, that's it for this episode. WWF 10, WCW 8. Yeah, 8. And thank you for watching.